In this section of the course, we're going to discuss social engineering. So, what exactly is social engineering? Well, social engineering is a manipulative strategy that exploits human psychology to gain unauthorized access to systems, data, or physical spaces. Social engineering includes written communication as well as face-to-face interaction. Instead of just using technical hacking techniques, social engineers manipulate people, revealing confidential information or performing actions that compromise security. Techniques can range from phishing emails and pretexting, where attackers create a false scenario to obtain information, to baiting and tailgating, where physical access is gained through deception or exploiting human courtesy. As these attacks target the human element, the best defense against social engineering is to provide security awareness training to your users. This kind of regular training on how to best recognize and respond to social engineering attacks is crucial in maintaining the security of both your digital and physical environment. For this section on social engineering, we're going to be covering some of objectives in Domain 2 and Domain 5, specifically Objectives 2.2 and 5.6. Objective 2.2 states that you must be able to explain common threat vectors and attack surfaces. Now, in this objective, we're going to be really focusing on the social engineering or human-based attack vectors like phishing, smishing, misinformation and disinformation, impersonation, business email compromise, pretexting, water holing, brand impersonation, and also typo squatting. For Objective 5.6, it states, given a scenario, you must be able to implement security awareness practices, such as conducting anti-phishing campaigns and training and things like that. Now, as we kick off this section, we're going to first discuss the different motivational triggers used by social engineers, like familiarity, likability, consensus and social proof, authority and intimidation, and also scarcity and urgency. Then we will discuss impersonation. Now, impersonation simply means pretending to be someone else, and that is one of the most basic forms of social engineering techniques used by attackers when they're trying to conduct a general impersonation attack, brand impersonation, typo squatting, and water hole-based attacks. Next, we have pretexting. Pretexting is a form of social engineering where attackers create a convincing pretext or fabricate a scenario to manipulate their targets into divulging sensitive information or performing actions that compromise security. The attacker often impersonates a trusted individual or an authority figure such as a bank official, IT support, or law enforcement officer to gain trust and get them to divulge confidential or sensitive data to the attacker. After that, we're going to take a deep dive into the different types of phishing attacks used by social engineers, including phishing, vishing, smishing, spear phishing, whaling, and business email compromise-based attacks. Next, we will look at how you can best prevent phishing attacks and enhance the security awareness of your organization's employees by conducting end-user training. Then, we will cover fraud and scams. Frauds and scams are deceptive practices or schemes designed to deceive people into parting with their money or valuable information. So we're going to provide you some great ways to effectively identify these frauds and scams, as well as how you can train your users to be vigilant against these type of attacks. After that, we'll cover influence campaigns. Influence campaigns are a form of social engineering and psychological attack that is used to spread misinformation and disinformation that can potentially have an effect on politics, economics, and other key areas of our lives. Next, we'll cover some of the other various social engineering attacks out there, such as diversion theft, hoaxes, shoulder surfing, dumpster diving, eavesdropping, baiting, piggybacking, and tailgating, just to make sure you're well prepared to counter any of those attack vectors. And finally, we will take a short quiz just to see what you've learned during this section of the course and review each of those quiz questions to fully ensure that you can explain why the right answer was right. So let's get started with our coverage of social engineering in this section of the course.